Welcome everyone to Tech Talk episode whatever it is. I'm Andres and I got to talk about the Microsoft Surface event that just happened Wednesday, September 22nd. There were some exciting things announced, some not so exciting things, and one very frustrating thing that wasn't even mentioned. So I'm going to get to it as quickly as I can. Just FYI, if you're not subscribed to my podcast, I recommend you subscribe to my podcast because I'm going to be doing more audio episodes because I've been on a very tight production schedule and I have not been able to finish configuring my schedule with some other influencers that we've been trying to make things work out. So some episodes are getting a little jumbled up, so I don't know what it's going to look like for the rest of the fall. Techtober's just around the corner, and I'm doing some more tech episodes. There's some very important things that I don't have time to fire up the camera for, but I fire up the microphone for, which is why I suggest you tune in to the podcast. And for those of you that tune into the podcast, thank you so much for tuning in and listening through there. But yeah, check that out. So anyway, let's get to this. And of course, for you to stay in the know on everything, www.theandrewsegovia.com is where I put everything with this video, audio, it's all there, so you can tune in there as well. All right, let's get through this quickly. There were 4 new devices mentioned at the event and 1 device with extra options. That would be the Surface Pro X that ended up getting a non-LTE version. So some people are happy about that because now it's cheaper. Those that didn't want LTE and a longer battery life, there it is. So 2-in-1s would really go to what is the Surface Pro 8, which is more powerful. Surface Go 3, which is of course targeted at students. And then there's the Surface Laptop Studio. So let's start off with the Surface Pro 8. Just gonna show some highlights of this thing. It looks like the Surface Pro X, but now it's the actual Surface Pro, and this is 8, so it's the powerful one, not the lesser one. And honestly, I'm happy that they finally did this. There unfortunately was no mention of the LTE variant, so, or at least 5G. I'm assuming that's not going to happen until December. Why can't they launch at the same time? I don't know, but there you have it. And what else can I say? It has 2 USB-Cs with Thunderbolt 4 ports. That's pretty awesome. Everybody's happy about that. 120 hertz refresh rate. But I think what more people are excited about is the Surface Slim Pen 2, which has its haptic feedback, and now it's inside this thing here. So let me just show you real quick. So now we have the pen, which more people are excited about, and as it feels like you're writing pen to paper because of haptic feedback and other things. So that makes it look pretty cool. It's just going to cost a lot more money, so we'll see where that ultimately goes. Now the next step up, which I call a happy marriage of the Surface Pro idea, the Surface Book and Surface Studio all in one with this thing, because it is really cool how you can fold it like a studio, use it like a tablet in a way. It's just really heavy for a tablet for sure, and also a laptop. So it's very versatile. But I think what ultimately comes down to is that this thing, Hercules, man, this is the studio on the go. I'm excited about that, to be able to use it at 120 hertz refresh rate. I think someone's just arriving. Thank you for barking now. 120 hertz refresh rate with the Surface Pen 2. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing to use. Content creation must be pretty awesome, but mostly for engineers and architects and artists. I think you're going to get a kick out of this thing. But of course, it's going to start off costing quite a bit. But look at that. It starts at $1,600. The Duo starts, it's around that price too. We'll get to that right here in a moment. But this thing's pretty cool. I really like what they're doing. 2 Thunderbolt USB-C ports, fast, reliable Wi-Fi 6. There it is, like 4 pounds, like 3.83 pounds. But for everything you're getting, that's actually really, really cool. And the base, well, here's the thing I don't like. It ships with Windows 11 Home. I think that's aimed at the consumer, so I hope that if you buy through Microsoft Store Business, they'll send you Windows 11 Pro. But I thought that was the whole thing about Surface, that it would be Pro, but I know that not everybody has been launching, well, at least they haven't been releasing it with Pro, so that kind of sucks there. Yeah, removable solid state drive. That goes the same for the Surface Pro 8, so that's pretty cool. Has quad setup speakers, so yeah, that's pretty cool too. Yeah, so it's got a lot going for it. I really like it. So anyway, let me speed through this thing because I got some things to share about the first Microsoft Duo. So Microsoft Duo 2. We knew it was going to be a step up, of course, because the Microsoft Duo was the beta program. This thing here is supposed to have stereo speakers. They placed it in interesting positions. They placed one down here and one up here. which is pretty cool. When you close it, doesn't matter which way you're watching, you'll be able to hear it in stereo sound. What I don't like about the Fold 3 from Samsung is where they place the speakers, because the camera module is back here, but the speakers are down here. And if you're gonna sit it up, you're going to hear the speakers from down here instead of up here on the screen. And since it doesn't fold all the way around, you can never actually get the true sound coming from the source of the screen. You'll be getting from underneath instead of at you from the screen. So that's one knock that I have on the Fold 3. But having said that, yes, this is a step up. It's launching with Android 11. They kept it at the same price as they launched this one. They put 5G in it. So technically it's a bargain compared to how much they charge for this one with a year or 2-year-old silicon they put in here, because this is running Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 888 processor. It has a triple camera array, which, as Daniel Rubino from Windows Central said, they were very proudly showing off the results of the camera. I don't know how many were touched up in post or if those were really produced by these cameras. I don't know if the camera in the like the selfie cam is the same one that's carryover. I don't mind it. It's still pretty good for what it does. They did say they optimized Microsoft 365. Should be interesting, because when Microsoft Office was not available for the Duo, you couldn't get Word, Excel, or PowerPoint unless you sideloaded them like I did. What else did they do? They better Wacom digitizer, so it worked better. Okay, here we go. This is what I call a marriage of the notification screens, basically of the Microsoft of the Note lineup from Samsung, the BlackBerry Priv charging bar, that looks like the BlackBerry Priv, that's the battery charging, the notifications that you would get on Peak and Flow and even Peak on this from BlackBerry 10, and all that. Messages would look like this, notifications would look like this, and phone calls would look like this. So anyone that's been a professional, that's used professional grade devices, that's pretty cool. They put it here on the spine. But if you use a Note, if you used a BlackBerry 10, if you used a BlackBerry Priv, this should not come as something new to you. It's just really cool. It's a kind of all-in-one on this, so there's some familiarity there. It's kind of like the Edge display and the color coding of some Samsung Edge panel lighting, and of course Edge lighting as they call it, and of course the BlackBerry Priv notifications on the BlackBerry Priv. So that's pretty cool. They're really touting this the editing that they have for the Photos app that you can use simultaneously also with the camera, or live like I guess live preview with the camera module. So that's cool, but here's what I care about. Is it coming to this? That's all I care about. Where is Android 11, Microsoft? After 36 hours, The Verge finally got an answer. So disappointed that Windows Central didn't get it. But The Verge got the answer after blown deadlines. Microsoft saying they hope to get it onto the Microsoft Duo by the end of the year. Naturally, they want Android 11 launching on Surface Duo 2. And when it does launch, we're going to have Android 12 already. So when the hell is this device and the new one going to get Android 12? Another year? A year and a half? Who knows? Probably. So the experience in owning this, and basically lackluster, almost zero communication from Microsoft in supporting this device, has not built any confidence in getting this settled. So that's my main knock for why I did not rush out to pre-order this thing, because if the past year has been anything of an experience, it has not been a good one, both with the device and with customer service. So now let me segue to this. This is my second device, which I was sending in during my warranty period. For some reason, this thing stopped communicating with Verizon. I did everything I could that was conceivably possible from a tech standpoint, including with Verizon and Verizon techs, to try to get this back on Verizon. I've only ever used it on Verizon. For some reason, it just stopped recognizing Verizon stuff. I don't know if it was an update to this. I couldn't roll it back. Either way, I factory reset. I did everything, including factory reset, manually going through the network modes. I was resetting the network before I reset the actual device itself. I even did the manual APNs. I found Verizon, but it wouldn't connect. It wouldn't latch on, even though on Verizon's side, everything was provisioned, nothing more they could do, but they still try to help me anyway. So I'm like, you know what? I'm still in warranty. Maybe something happened to the chip or whatever. So I was sending it back in. So here's what happened. Microsoft shipped it out the door. Great. FedEx got it. They said it was out for delivery. I never got it. And according to FedEx, they didn't deliver it either. So they didn't deliver it. And when you look at the FedEx dashboard and you look at Microsoft's dashboard, both confirm it was not delivered. But the onus was on me to prove that I didn't receive it. So while I was communicating with FedEx, like, yo, man, I don't know what happened here because what's going on? I haven't received the device. At the same time, I was communicating with Microsoft through whatever emails I was getting and responding to those because there was nowhere else to turn to. There was no, oh, here's our number for the warranty department. Come and contact this. There was nothing there. There wasn't even an AI bot for me to contact and connect with a team member through the chat bot. Nothing at all. Like, okay, so how am I supposed to reach anybody? So I was emailing Xbox because that's apparently where the notifications came from. Like, why is Xbox sending me something when it should be Surface? Whatever. The point is, I was responding to the emails and say, oh, well, this email is not monitored, so try reaching the Surface department, which is the same thing. There was no phone number to reach out to the Surface department, but I tried emailing them anyway to no avail. I ended up getting a warning. Hey, we haven't received your device in yet, so send it in on time before we charge you. They charged me over $1,600 and change for this device that I could have just purchased for half the price, which I wasn't going to because it wasn't my fault, and there's something that needs to be fixed from this device. So all my complaints and reaching out almost fell on deaf ears, but I have some people on the inside of Microsoft that I was able to reach out to ahead of time to let them know this is going to happen. I know it's going to happen because Microsoft corporate has not been responding. So I'm just giving you a heads up because I'm going to need you to get on board on this. And my guy jumped on board and he saw everything play out as it was. So last week was like, look, I'm able to get a hold of somebody that was in the customer service department. They're aware of the situation. Microsoft was escalating a thing with FedEx because they have to confirm with the findings and investigation to FedEx to confirm that this device was never delivered to you. But the onus is on you, basically, for in the meanwhile until FedEx confirms it. Well, FedEx confirmed to me on Monday this week. It says, yo, we did a trace for you and you're the recipient. Nothing more we can do, but you got to talk to Microsoft so they can initiate the investigation on their end, which was initiated last week. There's a customer service number that goes nowhere because the AI says, oh, look, nothing here. Try going through Microsoft.com / contact us. Well, you go there and they say, we can't help you here. Go through these service department phone numbers, call them for extra help. And they send you right back to the website. Back and forth, like a ping pong thing. Like, what the heck is going on here? And that happened to my guys. I try everything that to reach customer service. The same experience. He called me back. I cannot believe this is what it's come down to because they removed the feature which would you connect to a team member through the contact us. They don't have that feature anymore for consumer or business. This is unacceptable, he said. So he was able to reach somebody to help me in this manner. The problem is I still got charged and I don't have the device. Imagine this was my daily driver. This would be absolutely bonkers if this was my daily driver, and it isn't. So now tell me, after 1 year of headaches of using a buggy device on my second warranty exchange, if that's developed any confidence from a company that's been completely silent on supporting and bringing features to a device with many blown deadlines. You think I'm inspired to spend at least $1,600 or $1,500 for this thing before taxes to get this device that Microsoft might ultimately forget? How many broken promises have there been? I feel like I'm reliving the BlackBerry days here. What I'm getting at is I've seen this before and I'm done putting up with it. And like I said in one of my previous tech talks, I am done being a beta tester. And this thing wasn't sold to us as a beta test. It was sold to us as the most buttery smooth thing until we got into our hands like, what the heck? Microsoft even put an embargo on influencers to mention that. And like, oh, come on. And 1 year later, a lot of those bugs are still persistent. No, that does not inspire any confidence whatsoever for Microsoft. And they're supposed to support this thing for 3 years. Unless they forget all about it. So yes, I have a lot of gripes. I love what this thing has going for it. But like I said, I didn't want this to be, this is Windows 7. I know Windows Vista sucked, but go ahead and buy this one because it's better. No, give me a free upgrade. Your Windows Vista sucked. And I already bought the machine. You give me Windows 7. Why do I got to pay for it? Same thing here. Ship out Android 11 to those of us that were faithful. None of this, oh, you should have it by the end of the year. That's it for this one. Thank you so much for putting up with me on this one. You know what? Let me throw this question at you. How many of you that own the Surface Duo, what has your experience been like? I'm curious. And have you dealt with customer service or lack thereof? Let me know in the comment section below. We need to let Microsoft know about this. And my guy is well aware of that, and I'm very grateful. He's a lifesaver in this, because otherwise I would have been run up the wall. And it's been 3.5 weeks already since the device was out for delivery and I didn't get it. So this has gone on way too long. Like I said, imagine this was my daily driver. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. But anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm signing off without telling you where to go. Check out my stuff at www.segovia.com. Follow me on the socials at @the_Segovia or _Segovia, depending on what other ones are available. Don't give me more than 15 characters to make the username. But anyway, on Instagram, I do behind the scenes stuff. I'm dressed for the gym because I'm gonna go work out after this. I'm doing a series of videos on what I have at my home gym. So check that out. I already dropped two more in the works, maybe 3. So I don't want you to miss out on that one. That's not making its way to YouTube. It's more for the Instagram crowd. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.